All right, Firebat. Do you think it's possible that in Hearthstone the optimal plays and best players just come down to objective choices based on maths and statistics?
Um, yeah,
Yeah, mostly, right?
most of the
Like the
time.
only exception to that would be you can't quite math and statistics exactly certain personality-based reads. So to some tiny extent, you can play your opponent in very narrow circumstances, but for the most part, it's just math, right?
Mm-hmm. Just
Slam, Ysera Awakens. Okay, you killed him. Good job.
I shall bring you rest.
And this is why I shouldn't have been complaining about the Ysera Awakens last turn. It was the nuts.
the most important part about Hearthstone is once you've reached a level where you're like one of the top 10 players in the world, you have to kind of get your win streak at the right moment. Like the end of the ladder season is really good time, but even better time is like during a world championship or other tournament with $250,000 prize pool, because most of the tournaments there'll be a tournament with a $250,000 prize pool and a tournament with a $10,000 prize pool, and the field of players is relatively the same. They're usually sometimes the same, 50 or so guys. So it's just more important to win one than the other by about 25 times. So that's the most important part.
Thinking 250 is more than 10.
But it's still like accomplishment-wise and title-wise, I would say that they're often on par as in difficulty to get because it's the same exact opponents. But that's not how it's perceived because one gives a lot more money than the other, and prestige and other things.
Yeah, and one is just watched by more people, right? Like,
Yeah.
Less people watch the tournament for $10,000 than the tournament for
So-
$250,000. And if people didn't watch it, then they don't know it happened. And so it's just less relevant to your prestige that you won something that they don't know that you won.
Right. Like Zalae has one of the highest win rates like ever recorded in Hearthstone.
In
But
tournaments that nobody watches.
in tournaments against the same players that play in the major tournaments, but they're just tournaments that don't give you any money and nobody watches because he chooses on accident those tournaments to do his best in, and the tournaments that really matter, for some reason he goes 0-3 after being number one point earner for a year straight.
It feels bad, man.